Hello, quick project today. We're making a simple mitten and glove dryer to go over the floor register. This one is 13.5 inches long and sits on the floor. This can also work for a baseboard register. You just need to leave the back piece off. And you don't need any fancy tools to do this. A circular saw and drill would easily do the job. We'll start by breaking down the plywood. This is just some 1/2-inch plywood I had left over from another project. And again, you don't need a table saw. This could be done with a circular saw and a straight edge. I'm using this cross-cut sled for my cuts, which is really helpful. But I made it a few years back out of some 2x4 scraps. Don't do this. You'll end up with knots in the wood, which leads to cuts that aren't square. Don't be a cheapskate like me. Spring for some plywood. I spent a lot of time trying to figure out the best way to lay out the PVC pipe. It was late and my brain wasn't running at 100%. Not that it ever was, but that's a different story. In the end, I just laid out the pipes so they looked evenly spaced. This is more of a utilitarian project. I'm drilling 2 holes for the PVC pipe. A through hole that's the same size as the inside diameter of the pipe, and a shallow hole for the PVC to sit on that's the same size as the outside diameter. This drill press has seen better days, as evidenced by the weeble wobble of the drill bit, but it works. And you don't need a drill press either. I'm cutting the PVC, and I would suggest either using a sled like I have here, clamping the PVC down when you cut it, or just use a hacksaw. Be careful, because this round PVC can catch on the saw blade. One trick I've used when building any type of box is to use the material to determine the length of the inside piece. Okay, time to assemble. Just some glue and brad nails. You can use screws if you'd like. Really, this thing is like me, purely functional and won't win any beauty contests. Like we talked about earlier, if you're building this for a baseboard register, leave off the back piece so you can slide it up against the wall. A little sanding to knock off the sharp edges and clean it up. I then use some acetone to wipe down the PVC pipes. A little paste wax will help to protect the wood from the snow and the water that comes off the gloves. You can also use polyurethane or any number of finishes here. This hot glue gun was my great Uncle Dick's from the 1970s. It's definitely a fire hazard. With a little help from my furry friend, we can start to use it. Thanks for watching.